Peace, love, and blessings to each and every one of you. Welcome to He Said, She Said, both sides of the conversation. My name is Sheronda L. Barksdale, your life empowerment coach over at Authentically Your Expressions. Take it away.
I am, they call me DA, the troublemaker. Um, I'm just here excited. Another chapter. We finna try to do some big things on
Yeah,
He Say, She Said. Okay.
I'm excited about that. They need to hear our mouths out here in these streets.
Yeah. It's interesting because somebody I was talking about the podcast and
Mhm.
somebody asked me, so what makes you guys different from everybody else? And I was like, that's a real good question. Let me explain it to you. And I had to hip him to the game. I was like, oh. He said, yeah. First of all,
Share. I want to know what you
we're not
told me.
celebrities, so we don't have to cater to nobody.
Period.
Yup.
We ain't going to.
Mm-mm.
It's just not gonna happen. We
Mm-mm.
being authentic is, it's just being yourself. The people who like you. The people who don't. That's just the beginning and end of the
Yeah.
story. I don't think
Yeah.
either one of us waste our
What's
time with that.
the quote Bernie Mac said in House Party? Oh crap. Oh, if people don't like you for who you are, fuck them.
That's what he said. That's what
Yup.
he said. That's the truth, and that's what I live by. I used to, when you're younger, I was influenced by what you want people to think. But
Yeah.
for me now, at this point, especially at this point in my life, people always thinking. That's the bottom
Hmm.
line. Everybody always thinking. So whether you like
Yeah.
me or not, I don't care. You want to share the mission statement so they'll know
Yeah. I
exactly
was about to
what
tie it in and roll it into everything. So
yeah.
our mission here on He Said, She Said, both sides of the conversation is to empower you to to discover your true self through different diverse, that's the word I'm gonna use,
Yeah.
through diverse perspectives of all types of topics. Because
Yeah.
now you got a whole bunch of yes men and everybody agree with everybody, but that's not the case all the time. So
Yes.
we're gonna give you how she thinks and I think.
Yes.
And it's interesting that we have it he said, she said.
Hmm.
Because now, and the wordplay, you got both perspectives from a
Yes.
male point of view and from a female point of view.
Hmm.
So you
My
can't be
favorite.
like, oh, am I tripping? If we both agree, then yeah, you tripping.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If we
Hmm.
both agree, you tripping. And I
Yeah.
just love that we're gonna come from so many different topics and things like
Right.
that, but from both sides of the conversations because sometimes we don't agree. Sometimes men and
Mm-mm.
women don't see things the same way. However, there's a way to agree to disagree. There's always a level playing field that you can come to and be able to say, okay, I don't see it that way, but I respect your perspective, and that's okay. And that's what we're hoping to put out
Hmm.
here in these streets to y'all, that when you have a conversation with somebody that you're doing business with or intimate with or anything like that, there's times when you got to say, I don't agree, but I still love you. Let's move forward.
Yeah.
And that's what we're going to
Yeah.
really promote out here. Peace, G.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And also, not to forget languages.
Yes.
Languages. Like men and women, keep it 100. Men and women have two different type of languages.
Mhm.
So we have to we have to translate sometimes, and sometimes people don't. Their translation is screwed. So that's what we're here for.
Yeah, and needing that clarity, being able to
Yes,
be patient with the conversation, being
yes,
able to, if I don't understand something that DA says one of these days that we do in the show, can you explain that for me? And he'll explain it for me versus a different man would be like, well, I gotta explain myself,
yep,
but sometimes you need clarity. That's what we're here for. That's what makes us different. We're gonna be able to teach something that people don't normally see. That's that
exactly,
communication through conversations.
exactly. And then and at the end of the day, we want you to just be you, be who you are, and that's part of our mission too, is to help you discover that. Like I
Yeah.
said, help you find who you really are. Because now in the day of the representative being shown when you go in to talk to someone or a job interview and everything.
Yep.
Then once you get in a situation, they're like, it just feels unauthentic, unreal, not real.
Yep.
And you're like, nah, that's not you.
Yeah.
Like be you, and be comfortable in being you. If you
Yes.
goofy, be goofy. If you serious, be goofy. I mean, not be goofy. If you serious, be serious.
Yeah. Exactly. And I think to me the importance of living authentically, period, in general, is so that you're happier. When you
Right.
out here fucking around and faking, I'm gonna fake the funk and be
Yep.
something that I'm not. Now you got to keep up
Hmm.
that facade. Now all of a sudden you having all these encounters because you don't even know who you put on the last time. You
Exactly.
don't even get to know the real you, and you're really
Exactly.
miserable because you're not being who you truly are. Fuck them
Yeah.
folks. That's my saying all day long. FTF. I got t-shirts that say it. Fuck them folks. For real, because you can't worry and spend your entire lifetime wanting somebody to like you because you're being something that's not even true to who you are. You want the
Right. Because
people who love your dirty drawers. Come on.
yeah. So yeah. So if they don't know who you are, then how they gonna love you? Oh, the next question is, who are they loving? That's the question. Not how. Who? Because if you're not being your real self, then hmm,
Hmm. I question if
who
you love you.
are you?
Do
Like
you love
Alice in Wonderland. Who
you?
are you?
Yes. He watched Alice in Wonderland, y'all.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm a movie buff, man. I'll quote a movie in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I love it. I used to be, not so much now.
Uh,
Never got my.
have you
Never.
seen Sinners?
I saw Sinners.
That's man, that's the shit.
I, it was gory. I wish I understood that.
Really?
That wasn't gory to you. Why am I
No,
asking you that? I'm not asking anybody who's been in the military whether it's not something's gory.
that was not gory. That was nowhere near gory. I've seen gory
Oh, I can't handle.
like Final Destination and Saw. Nah, that's gory.
Yeah, that's gory. Y'all see the he said, she said stuff going on already though? I'm up here like
Yeah.
gory. He's like, so what did
Yeah,
you
yeah.
get from that movie? We can talk about that a little bit because that's a good way to start this off.
Yeah, it was a good movie. It's I like my biggest thing. I like how they tie all the culture um into music.
Yeah,
I like how it brought everything gospel, hip hop, rock and roll,
yes,
tribal, and not just our culture,
mhm,
everybody's culture.
yeah,
I like how you did that and
yes,
how in the they had that in the montage.
yeah.
That was dope.
I
That's
love
that
that.
was creative as well too, because I don't think too many people would have thought of it like that or saw
Yeah,
it like that.
yeah,
But
yeah. That's a brain right there. That is
yeah,
a brain that really sat and thought about how to connect these things to
yeah,
put a point out of understanding
right.
even that whole vamping situation where the vampires
Oh,
where you stealing energy from something and just the history of music itself and where it comes from and things that were
that's
taken
one.
from it and can we come in.
Yeah, and that's one of our topics too. But we ain't gonna.
Yeah,
Y'all gotta stay tuned and listen.
y'all
I
gotta
gotta
stay
stay tuned.
tuned.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with like the vampire, and not just when it comes to music. It's just like again cultural. Because if you look how they had the Irish, then they
Irish.
had the Asian, then they had black, then they had the different shades of black.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yo, that scene when they were at the juke joint and all the different cultures started rolling in. The African people with that, the
yeah,
Asian people, all the different types of dancing came in, and it
yeah,
was just. Oh, I just had my mouth
yeah.
wide open and just looked at G like, yo,
I like the twins though. The twins were funny.
the twins.
The twins were funny, but they kind of tie into to this because it was both sides of the coin.
It really.
Because you had Smoke, the serious,
Mm-hmm.
straight straight shooter. Da, 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 da. You had Stack, the wild one, the wild card.
That was
What the white dude say? Y'all twins? Nah, we cousins.
yeah.
I said okay. Said,
I'd watch it again. That one I'd
yeah,
watch again. It's a little like I said, gory for me, but I would watch it again because they told a great story.
Yeah,
Oh my
I
gosh.
like the storyline too.
Yeah. Even at the end, when who was it that was it Stack of Smoke? It was Smoke at the end that he was the one that was married, right?
Yes, Smoke was the one that died, killing the
Kill-
KKK. Yeah.
Yes. Even at the end and him reconnecting with her, that was just because that's what she
Did
said
you?
was
But did you peep it though? Did you peep what she said though?
what part?
She said, "Come on over." She said, "Put that cigarette down. I don't want her to smell that smoke."
Yeah. Oh,
I was just like, "Huh." And did you peep the other part though? You know that's his child.
yes, yes. I knew that was his shot. I figured
A
that
lot of
out.
people didn't peep that.
Really? When
Yeah,
he
a
went to
lot of
the
folks didn't peep
tree,
that.
I figured that out when he went to the tree
Yep.
and they went in the house, and I figured out that was his wife. Then like I was like, oh, that's their baby. They lost
Hmm.
that baby. So just seeing all the three of them together then was like
Yep.
fantastic. I
And
loved
the
it.
love of a brother, because he could have killed Stack,
Yes.
but he let him go as long as he promised not to mess with Sammy.
As long as
And
you don't mess
that's another thing that's powerful because even though Stack was a vampire, he still had love for his brother and
yes.
Sammy and his
It's
cousin.
him. Yes. And even the girl, I kept waiting to see if the girl,
Oh
the
yeah,
wife, if she was going to do something the same because she's not the one who made the promise.
right.
But
But
that's a
not.
lot of respect even there. As a vampire,
Mhm.
they usually don't care who it is.
Yeah, they love it, and that's the thing I liked about it. That's another underlying thing that I liked about it. The
Mhm.
love in there,
Yes.
in the whole, not just with them four,
Yeah.
but even with what's the name, the harmonica player, uh,
Oh,
the
yeah.
drunk one. Man, he had me hollering. He had me hollering.
Yes. Yes.
But
Y'all coming in the room. We're talking about sinners. Make sure you put your thoughts in the comments if you have any thoughts about this
yes,
movie.
if you seen it, tell us about what you think about it. If you didn't see it, it's spoiler alert.
Yes. Spoiler
Spoiler
alert.
alert.
Get
Yep.
out now. But even the white girl that ended up with Stack at the end, that
Mm-hmm.
was a representation of there are good white people out there.
Mm-hmm.
They're there that
Yep.
we're allowed to love, and be in
Yep.
relationships with. It's not that every person is. You can't just look at someone's skin and just say they're all bad.
Yep. Yep.
Couldn't you look at the vampires that way? So
Yep. Because yeah, and that's the thing too with the even with the vampires because they were all inclusive because they didn't have to do
yeah,
they didn't have to tell them what was really gonna happen. Like
see,
the fact that the KKK was gonna come back and kill everybody, they didn't have to do that.
they
They
didn't
could
have
have
to.
just let it happen
Yeah,
and came back and picked everybody off. They didn't have to
yes,
do that, but they was just like, we just want everybody to get along and
hmm,
be together in harmony.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, that's what I think. That's what everybody wants, but I don't think like the whole Walking Dead can't see the sun. Yeah, they could have kept that part. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
eh,
I mean, to make the vamping be vamping, that's the
yeah,
truth.
like, yeah,
It comes along with the territory. But
like,
I like how they had to be invited in.
yeah.
That's the
That's the
only way
other
we
thing.
can come in and steal your culture. Is somebody said, "Come
And
on in."
that goes deeper than culture. Like that goes like when you want to talk about we're gonna get in this later in the series.
Yeah.
When you want to talk about disrupting the peace in your home, you have to invite it in.
Ooh.
You got to invite it in. It's just not gonna come in. And it shit that now I'm just thinking about it. That aspect of it is like so many different avenues because you can talk about that with religion. You can talk about that with the culture. You can talk about that with like the spiritual aspect. You can talk about that within yourself, with the habits and stuff like that. Because at the end of
Ooh.
the day, you have to let it in.
You have to.
You have to allow, say, come on in, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Ooh.
yeah, yeah, yeah. See, see, we getting started.
Yes.
Hey, it's
Look,
just first episode.
I got
We,
chill bumps
man,
all over for that one. I wrote that down real quick. I'm sliding that into the list.
yeah. I said, look at this.
Yeah.
And then what was it? It was just like a phenomenal movie that captured
Yeah.
that time for one. That captured
Yes.
the both sides of the coin.
Yeah.
When it comes to, you still had cornbread and his wife in the field
Mm-hmm.
like that. And
Piggy cotton. Piggy cotton.
what
Out
was
there picking.
wild, what was wild, uh, Stack knew who to talk to, knew what to say, and knew
Yeah.
who was in charge. Because
Yeah.
cornbread was like, "Man, don't be cussing in front of my wife." He was like, "Okay," and he kept egging him
Yeah.
on. And cornbread was about to beat him down. She's like, "Hold on, how much money you talking about?"
That's what I told G right then. I said, I'm the wife. I'm her.
Yeah.
I'm her.
She's
I'm
like,
like,
"Hold on, how
wait a
much
minute.
money you talking about?" Yeah.
She's like, get me out this field, baby.
Yeah.
She was
Yeah.
probably tired. What that didn't hurt my feelings. How much? I love that part. I love when the
Right.
Native Americans, the Indians, when they came through,
Yes. I wonder.
trying to capture the vamp,
Yeah. I think. Well, that's the only thing I think they should have put more
develop that a
into.
little bit more. Yeah,
Yeah. To
yeah,
see like,
yeah. Because
cause
there's a reason why y'all wouldn't trust them. That's why I was like, GUC, they wouldn't trust them. This
right.
white man standing at the door, they don't even know who he is.
But they
They
wouldn't
know
trust them, right?
but they won't. But you don't want to trust them. And look,
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Man, that movie. But yeah, that movie is like a conversation starter. Like it's just so many people, so many things in there. And I've been seeing a whole bunch of reels and stuff on TikTok and everything talking about trying to dissect the
I
movie and
say,
break it
yeah,
down. And I was like, okay, I can see that. Then I was like, no,
right.
you're not even
I'm
part of
like,
the
y'all just
culture.
went
What
too
you talking
far.
about? Sit down.
Yeah, y'all just.
Yeah,
It wasn't for me. It wasn't about division. It was about revelation. It was
yeah.
just truth. It's just truth. There was no. Now this movie's trying to divide black people. That's not the case at all.
Mm-mm.
They're just talking about what actually happens. Beginning of the story. What actually happened back then during those times.
Yeah,
During those times, I'm looking at my
yeah.
laptop like,
Because
oh,
when he told, what is, I can't think of his name. Uh, uh, what is it, Delroy? When he told the story about his friend that got all that money and the KKK caught up with him and lynched him.
yeah.
Man,
Oh,
I was like, yeah.
yeah.
And you can hear, that's another thing too. Like you can hear the authentic how real it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, big words. That's a T word right now.
It's so
Uh,
crazy.
but you can hear it, and one of the things that somebody said this, and I'm gonna steal it. They said that for that part, he played it to a T where he got to a point where he couldn't express how the pain, the anger, everything, all his emotions that hit him all at once. All he
Mm.
can do was hum, and
Oops.
it was like that's how blues music came. And I was just like,
Yep.
wow,
Yep.
wow. And the crazy part, they did an interview with him. I ain't so crazy part. They did an interview with him, well, with the cast, and they had cut that out of the movie. They cut that part out of the movie.
Really?
Yep. On the first edit, they cut it out of the movie, and he went to talk to what's the name, Ryan Coogler,
Mm.
and asked him like, hey, well, not asked him. They talked about it, and they put it back in the movie.
Good. Because
I
a
was
lot
like,
of the
yeah, they
music
did.
was birthed out of pain. Why take that
Yeah,
out?
yeah,
That's how it came.
yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah, 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 yeah.
My favorite part was the end when Sammy went to that church. He went to his daddy's church, and his dad said, "Put the guitar down, son," and he
And he
didn't. I
couldn't.
was like, "Yo!"
He
I was
couldn't.
like, "He for real, he didn't do it because so many people do it for the sake of the church or because
Hmm.
God. This is what God wants me to do." But he wholeheartedly believed that playing that guitar was part of his calling, and so he was willing to walk away from what his dad was saying in
Yep.
order to continue to follow the call. Whoa, whoa.
And the other thing too, like I didn't think of that, but I was like, that guitar has so many memories, so many good memories. Cause think about it. At the end, what he said that day was the best day of my life.
The best day. And that was the
Yeah,
crazy thing. It was just 24 hours.
Not even that. It was just the sun down.
The sun.
Yeah, the sun went down, and that was it. So it was, yeah, it was a good movie. It
Yeah,
was a good movie. It
yeah,
was a real good movie. Like
yeah.
and again, like we said, it sparked conversations.
It sparked conversation. Exactly. Yeah, I think we pretty much saw that one from the same perspective as me and you probably will tend to do because I met you on your show, the other
Right.
show, the Chronicle. What's it called?
TK's Chronicles of a Black Sheep
Yes, TK's Chronicles of
every
the Black.
Friday.
Yes, every Friday right here on YouTube.
Yep.
Look them
All
up.
right on YouTube.
Look them up. It's an excellent show. I've had the pleasure of being on there twice, and we have great conversations, talk about shadow work and all that good stuff. And they have
Yeah.
so many topics that they address as well. But we about to do some big things over here. You want to talk about some of the topics we're gonna be doing over here
So
on space?
yeah, all our topics are gonna be about, like we said in the beginning, about being your authentic self,
Hmm.
being your real self. You
Hmm.
always hear folks talking about, "Oh, I'm real. I'm a real N-word. I'm a real N-word,"
Yeah.
but in
I know.
reality, they're not, because one, they don't know who they are, and that's one of our topics. We're gonna figure out
Mhm.
who are you and who are we. We're gonna explain who are we.
Yes.
We're gonna have like anything. Oh, the one I'm really, really looking forward to is words have power,
Ooh.
because as like if you're spiritual, if you believe in any type of entity,
Yeah.
what's the first thing they say? If you speak it,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. It comes true. It
If you
comes to
say
life.
it,
Let's give it life.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's gonna be a profound one, because a lot of times, and I catch myself doing this too. A lot of
Mhm.
times when we talk,
Yeah.
we downplay ourselves.
Ooh.
We downplay ourselves, and understanding the cultural reference of it
Of
and
it.
where it came from, where it stems from.
Yeah.
That'll help. I hope that'll help a lot of people start to change that mindset of use on the type of words you use.
Absolutely.
One of my biggest ones I always get people on when they say, "Look, oh, I see your little car. I see that
Right.
little car. Nah,
Yeah.
motherfucker, this a car.
This is a
This my
call.
shit." Like, nah, don't
Yeah.
downplay. Or they were like, "Oh, this just my look." Oh, no,
No.
ain't nothing little about it.
Ain't
But
nothing about it.
yeah, it's gonna be a lot of topics. Work life balance.
Yeah.
All I mean,
And
just
I was
we're
going to
gonna
say
talk
real
about,
quick about
yeah.
words have power. Just applying it to what we're doing in terms of
Hmm.
authenticity and kind of what DA was saying is being mindful of what you say being your truth. Because of some
Yeah.
of the stuff we say about ourselves, I'm broke,
Yep. And
things
not
that
only
we out
what you
here
say,
doing,
believing what you say.
and believing it because it's coming from somewhere.
Hmm.
But your bank
Hmm.
account ain't necessarily your truth. That's not
Yep.
necessarily your truth. You may be in a momentary space, but
Yep.
you have to use your words, and that's something I'm always working on. It's not even to just harp on nobody, but I like that. Like you said, that's going to be a pretty deep one. That one itself may end up being a series of two by
Yeah.
itself
I
because
think so too.
we could take
I
that in a
think so
couple of
too.
angles. Yeah,
I think so
yeah. You
too.
saying
And
work life?
I mean, yeah, we like it's gonna be a fun ride. It's gonna be a fun ride. Like,
Yeah,
we're gonna talk about relationships, or situationships, as everybody call them now. We're gonna talk about life, understanding man, understanding woman, woman understanding man, especially as now in our culture, it's more us pitted against each other
yeah,
versus trying to work together.
yes,
So yeah,
yeah.
it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope, baby. It's gonna be dope,
It's
player.
gonna be. And see, y'all know I'm a life coach. DA is this close. He's gonna be
Yeah,
a life coach too. And
yeah. I got my
a lot of
one
this
foot in the
show,
door and another foot on the banana peel.
stay like that. Stay like
Yeah.
that. But that's part of that. Us doing that is for being able to be out here. Because a life coach is somebody like a coach. Like if you think about
Hmm.
a football coach, I'm not out there running plays with you. You running the damn plays. But what I'm doing is reminding you of what we practice, giving you some plays out of the
Yep.
playbook, creating your own playbook for your life. As a life coach, we out here just trying to help you have the best and most authentic life possible. So that's why we're taking the approach that we are because you need to know this stuff, But when y'all need to hire someone to help navigate life in the most empowering and the most authentic way possible, that's what we're here for. So
Yep.
y'all gonna be getting the straight up no chaser shit.
Answer.
It's just
Yep.
what it is. And anybody who knows me, they y'all know.
And yeah, and everybody who know me know I ain't gonna pull no punches.
Pull no punches.
I might throw a combo together. You be like, hold on, I gotta write that down.
But then
Yeah,
when you think about it, you might be right.
yeah. And everybody that's listening, paying attention to us, you can reach out to us. It's not just gonna be like online. You can reach out.
Yes.
See, you got the channel at the bottom. You got our email. It's the same thing. 2025. He said, she said. It's at the bottom too.
Yeah,
So
at
I'm not going to insult your
gmail.com.
intelligence. So if you got questions, you want to stay anonymous, shoot us an email. Shoot us an email, and we'll answer it on the show. Or hell, if it's good, we might make it a show.
Exactly. I was gonna
Make it
say
a
that.
show.
Write us some of the real issues, and
Yeah,
we don't mind. Well, again, anonymously, but giving you some advice and helping navigate some of the things you're going through in relationships, work
yeah.
relationships, or whatever.
Any
Send
type of
us
shit.
your email.
Any type of shit. Friendship, relationship, workship,
Hmm.
ship. Hell, going on a cruise. You know, Connor kicking everybody off. So you might want to understand
Yes.
how to maneuver on a
Mhm.
cruise ship.
Yeah.
So yeah, we here for it. We
Yeah.
here for it. So let me ask you this question. Let me
Mhm.
ask you this question, and I'll answer it after you answer it. Why did you choose he said she said?
Because what's been important for me for I started this particular business, authentically your expressions. I started and got it what's it called? Paperwork done
Yeah.
back in 2020. And being a life coach, I see couples all the time. So what I do with my couples, the thing I learned quickly through training and my degree programs was working with individuals first. Not everybody will do that. They just bring the couple in each time. But what the healing work that I do is I like working with what she said and what he said, because we have two people in the same room. Sometimes you're never going to get any clear understanding of what they're trying to express. So if gets to talk to me, if she gets to talk to me, then when the three of us come together, now things are making more sense, especially when I'm doing shadow work with people. Because if I'm doing shadow work with him and I'm doing shadow work with her, they're both discovering things about their psyche that they didn't even realize. And,
Mm,
and they're projecting it on each other. So now they could come to that meeting together and be like, this is why I do this thing. Well, this is why I do that thing. This is why I have this misunderstanding when you say, or vice versa. And so the healing takes place. So I think both sides of the conversation are imperative when it comes to having healthy relationships.
I agree. I
Mhm.
agree. You stole half my answer, but okay, it's all good. That's all good.
Say the other half then.
Yeah, I might as yeah. So the reason why I chose to be on he said she said is because I I see there is a lot of one sidedness,
Mhm.
and not just in podcasting or but just in general. It's always one sidedness.
Yeah.
It's always somebody one side telling the other side
Yeah.
how they feel, how they act,
Mhm.
how they should act, how they should do it, XYZ. And I'm just like, so you got half the picture. What about the other half?
Right.
What and then on top of that is it's a lot that's missed in translation,
Yes.
because let's keep it 100. Once emotions and feelings get involved, everything rationale tends to go out the window. Tends to just be like, yeah, non-existent,
Right.
or it'll escalate things where people really aren't listening to learn. They're listening to fire back.
Yep.
And so with this, I think this will give one, it'll give an opportunity when stuff happens
Yeah.
to have that buffer. Feel like, hey, it's like a different language. Like speaking Spanish here, hey, This is what it is. Blah 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 blah.
Yes,
Speaking Swahili over here. This is what it is. Blah 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 blah. This
absolutely.
this is how they see this. This is how they see that. And hopefully, well, I'm praying
Mhm.
that somebody will start to slow down and understand and see where we're coming from. So when they hear, oh, all niggas ain't shit,
Yeah.
they understand that, okay, maybe it's not them, maybe it's me.
Yes.
Or my husband or significant other said XYZ,
Mhm.
and I took it like this, and maybe they're like, oh, wait a minute, that's not what they meant. So
Yes.
that's why I jumped on board with this, because I
Yeah.
think it'll be very influential
Yes.
for a long time, because we have no honestly we have no stake in nothing. So we don't have to, we don't have to be, even if, and I don't even want to say it like that, because I was about to say we don't have stake in nothing, but even if we were sponsored or founded or on NBC, we will still be the same way. We are going to still answer the exact same way, because if we're going to tell you to be authentic to yourself, we have to be authentic to ourselves and be
Absolutely.
authentic to you. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
I don't like I've spoken in corporate events and things like that. I may not cuss. Like if they have certain things they request you don't do, I'm gonna get my money. But I'm
Mhm.
still showing up as me.
Right.
I'm like, that's it. Y'all gonna get the nitty and the gritty. You know, recently I had a young lady say to me, Anya, she ain't married, she don't have a man. And she said something along the lines of, I wish God would just send all the men to space so they could go to get some counseling and some help. So I was like, wait a minute, what? But all men, they just all have this problem. I was like, ma'am, there are billions of men on this planet. How in the world you gonna tell me that you met every single one of them and that they all have this issue? Explain. And
And
guess what else? If you have problems with a bunch of people, you might want to look at yourself.
see, that's part of it, because I've heard that same argument, and soon as a man say, so what you just said, oh, you tripping, da, da, da. Oh, you trying to call me a hoe? Well, I guarantee if you would have said it, girl, I didn't see it that way. I didn't know.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, trust
Absolutely.
me, and that's and the same thing. Like if you said, "Oh, she tripping," but if we said, they were like, "Oh, bro, I ain't even see it like that." Okay,
Yes.
I see what you're
Yep.
talking about. So
Yep. And that's why we gotta be here because some of y'all gonna
mhm,
listen to him, and some
exactly,
of y'all gonna listen to me, and
exactly.
we
And
both
I'm
gonna give
like
you
I
the
said,
realest.
I'm only place I'm not gonna curse. It depends on what they say. It's church.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it depends. You
It depends.
yeah, you come at me crazy.
Oh yeah, that's a whole different story.
Yeah, it's gonna be free game.
It's free game at that point.
It's gonna be free game.
Right. But yeah, I think I'm excited,
I
DA. I'm
am. Yeah.
excited. I think this is necessary. I think there's gonna be we're gonna see different changes. Y'all gonna see things change, get better, manifest more. I want
You
one
gonna
day
see
to
the
see us
good, the
traveling,
bad, the
doing this,
ugly.
presenting this from different areas of the world, being on stage, giving conversations, things like that. Hopefully, we'll be able to do that for y'all. But we're gonna take it one step at a time. And here we are with
Yeah.
episode one. He said, she said, both sides of the conversation.
And we're gonna take out the toxicity of stuff.
Oh,
That I mean, I get it, that sells, but how much sewer water can you drink before you get
how
sick?
for real?
Like it's and that's another reason I just didn't say it.
Mm,
Another reason why I jumped on board, because like it's too much toxicity out there
yes,
about this conversation, these types of conversation, to the point where it created a lot of the situations that we're in right now.
I agree. I agree. Hmm.
So yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, I want people to get back to really being able to love on themselves and take care of themselves and feeling safe with
Ooh, yeah,
yourself
yeah.
and just being able to be authentic and not worrying about so much. People are carrying too much weight on their shoulders at this particular point, but it's because of all these toxic conversations that people don't
Yeah.
love themselves like they should anymore.
And when she say love, she talking about physical, like not self love, not masturbation.
I'm talking about that too. Shit.
Oh well, hell. Well,
Y'all ain't doing that enough either. I could tell. Some of y'all getting on my nerve.
shit, some of them doing it too much. Got one arm bigger than the other. But anyway,
And I found somebody to keep up with my foolishness. Y'all, we're here. We're gonna be here every single Wednesday. Hopefully every single Wednesday. Things come
mhm,
up.
weather
We
permits and like life don't happen. We're gonna fight tooth and nail to be here.
tooth and
If you
nail.
want us here, we're gonna fight tooth and nail.
We'll be here. We fighting hard. But it's not even a hard fight, honestly. This is very enjoyable for both of us. These are the stuff we only gonna talk about what we like talking about.
Hmm.
Again, y'all see the banner scrolling at the bottom. Make sure you go to our YouTube channel. Make sure you're clicking like. Make sure you're clicking subscribe. Make sure you're sharing. Make sure that notification bell is on so that you
Yep.
know when we go live, and come back and y'all have conversations with us too. We want to chat it up with you in the chat boxes, tell more people about it. And yeah, we're going to make
And
sure
we're
we
gonna surprise you. We might one day pop up with a phone number. Call in.
call in.
Like Miss Cleo, call me now. Call me now.
Yeah. We know how to hang up on you if you're talking crazy. I do. 'Cause-
You like, hated it. Click.
you got anything left for us?
No, just come in, pull up the chair, pull up the popcorn. You got questions, enjoy the show and talk to us. We don't bite unless we talking about that topic, but we don't bite.
I do. Let me tell you.
So yeah, come on in.
Come on in, y'all. And thank you for being here. Thank you for those who joined us. Uh yeah.
Sit back and enjoy the ride, baby.
See y'all next Wednesday.
Peace.